recommend Ant-Man.
Really?
Fuck that.
It's fun.
Nobody likes Ant-Man.
That to a movie? The Hank Pym one?
They turned it into a movie?
Anybody here that likes Ant-Man?
No.
Giant.
No.
It is like Giant Man, seriously.
I want to show you pictures, but yeah.
Wait, I got one now. Okay.
I kept putting links on this thing. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Alright. We should be live. I'm going to use Camista right quick to record our audio, and then I'll just put that up later. Okay, I'm counting this down. And then, let me see. I guess we won't be using the intro this week because I don't feel like getting it right.
Let's make an intro for your vids.
Huh?
Let's make an intro for your chat.
I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I'm most likely gonna have to figure it out later.
Like each character, like you, Rash, me have different character, different intro, and you, Rash, everybody has a different intro.
Mine will be Patrick.
We'll just have to figure it out because for right now we were using the one Josh made.
Yeah, that intro's decent, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure it out. I haven't really whipped out the editing skills in a while, other than that comic announcement video where it's with the Deadpool.
That scared the crap out of me.
I don't know.
Like that, and then what's it?
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? I'm sitting there like, I'm looking, like, I had my phone out and I'm messing around with it and I clicked on the video out of nowhere. I hear, yeah! I'm like, oh my god.
I had to get people's attention. People got like ADD and shit. They don't want to be focusing. You got to get people's attention sometimes.
It's like me playing X-Men Destiny.
Doug, period. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm mad, man. People keep talking about it.
Wait, let's talk about it.
What, the game?
Yeah, the game.
I haven't played it, and it looked bad from what I've heard.
Well, with that's it's one week. Well, it hasn't come out yet. Well, yet, so I don't know.
Came out 2 weeks ago where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Sounds like X-Men.
I'm definitely getting entertained off them, so I can see.
The entertainment is decent. It's not as good as
That's what I've been hearing.
Oh, it's great. For me, it has great humor. That's it.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's like when Mace Spider-Man says like, "You want to know how many Spider-Man who can do only once? Go play a video game." It's like, yes, we.
Look, I remember one thing he said. You know, his future. The Spider-Man doesn't say fuck. He says shock. Like every shock.
Shock. Yeah, I read all that.
Or he doesn't say shit or
it's all shocking and
like
shocking.
just shocking yourself or something. It's like, geez. It's like me. It's like after everybody saying shin, it's like stop shinning yourself. It's like, geez.
But yeah, so I'm guessing they use that a lot in the comic. The game or whatever, right?
I just remembered something.
Oh, wow, I have a message.
Dude, in the beginning of the game, there's a video. J.J. Parker, is that the thing? He makes fun of the Spider-Man musical.
He does?
Yeah.
In the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says like, next thing there's gonna be a musical, a waiting past Spider-Man, and it's like, is that, and Peter's like, hey, see that? It's like, it's like, next thing, Gordon will say, next thing, for the Batman Live thing or something.
Oh my god.
So let's get this started off officially, I guess.
Who's first?
Who's first? Oh, to go on the list? I don't know.
Yeah. But you, Rash, because you're the host.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, you're the most important one.
See? That's why I want to go first, because it makes me seem like a giant dick. But anyway, I'll go first. So anyway. Alright. Let me see. Alright. So basically, we're gonna be doing the comic book recommendation show. Last week we talked about the DC universe and kind of got sidetracked to all kind of other things as usual.
Yes.
So this week we'll be talking about
Batman porn scene.
Oh
God.
Okay, let's change topic. Let's talk about comics.
Yeah, I just gotta get out of my body. It's like I keep playing it because it was so hilarious.
So we'll be doing the comic book recommendation. Everybody will recommend one comic, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. And my comic book will be Powers. Powers is written by Brian Michael Bendis and drawn by some other guy. I haven't read Powers in a while, but when I read Powers, I couldn't put it down, and it was around the time that I was uploading Ultimate Spider-Man back on my other channel. It was back then, and I was reading it side by side. And when I first picked up Ultimate Spider-Man, I know I said I was going to talk about it, but pretty much when I picked up Ultimate Spider-Man, I couldn't put it down. Every issue, I just kept reading it. And it was just always better. I always wanted to know more. And that's the exact same feeling I got from Powers. Like, let me give you a summary of the story, pretty much. Powers is a comic book that's pretty much about the life of a detective, a homicide detective, in a superhero universe, pretty much. So it's like Batman from Gordon's point of view. The main character is a detective. He has a new partner in the first issue, and they pretty much solve homicide cases dealing with superheroes. And the first case starts off in the first issue where Retro Girl, who's a superhero, she dies, and they have to find out her case. And then over the course of the comic book, they keep going through different cases, and different superheroes die. And since its image, like Invincible and Walking Dead and everything, is pretty graphic.
Yeah.
So you see these superheroes get fucked up. Like this, it was funny because you always see like the comic books that are parodies of superheroes. Where it's like they have a comic book where they, jokingly talk about Superman. Or it's like, this is Superman when he's lame as shit. Or this is Superman when he goes batshit crazy and kills everyone and becomes a dictator. Stuff like that. That's what Powers kind of feels like. It's kind of like a parody of comic books where it's like, how superheroes die and they always just come right back? Well, in Powers, they die and they get fucked up. And it's crazy. And they don't come back. You just got to solve the case and figure out who did it. And it's got that kind of allure of, I guess, like a cop show, pretty much, where you watch like PSI or Law and Order or something like that, where they finding the clues and trying to track them down while also having that.
And now it feels like we have a paper bag over there for Mike.
Oh, somebody's eating something. But pretty much, you have them two main characters trying to figure out stuff about the case, as well as you have the superheroes going around fighting the big threats and shit like that. And then as the comic book goes on, you start learning more about the main character, Christopher Walken. And
his name is really Christopher Walken?
Well, not Christopher Walken. I think it's Christian Walker.
Oh, okay.
Christian Walker. I think I remember now. And he got his name. It was, at first, I was like, okay, that's his name, whatever. But they actually have a meaning for his name, and it has this whole thing to do with his history. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because I'm terrible with spoilers. So I'm not spoiling too much. But spoiler alerts don't work for me because they always seem to come after I spoiled everything. But pretty much, you kind of get pushed into the universe where it starts off with them being detectives and they solving cases, but it's a lot deeper than that. It isn't as one-dimensional as it seems when it first starts off. Like, it's just, it's a gruesome case, we got to solve it, watch them track down the clues, and, it's pretty much a whodunit story when it first starts off. Then as the comic book goes on, you see the past of the main character, Christian Walker, and you see the past of his new, I guess, not sidekick, but his partner or whatever, Dina Pilgrim. And no relation to Scott Pilgrim, but Dina Pilgrim. You see her past. And then you see how they build their relationship, because she's a new partner or whatever. They build their relationship, they get to trust each other and all that stuff like that, and they go through all these things. And then this big thing happens in the future that kind of breaks up that partner relationship. And it's a crazy comic book, man. If you like adult humor, it's a graphic comic book. It's very well written. It's got a lot of comedy in it. It's a parody of a lot of comic books. I mean, there was a character that it's been a while since I read it, but it was like a character that was like, was it Batman? Yeah, it's a character that was like Batman, but alright, it's pretty much he was pretty much like the sidekick. He was Robin, but then his Batman pretty much died, and he became the Batman of the universe, right? And then he ended up going insane and pretty much killing the villains. And it's kind of, you see the comparison to Batman, Whereas like Batman's in Gotham City, he's constantly seeing fucked up shit. I mean, he deals with the Joker all the time. You expect him to go ape shit by now. But he doesn't.
Yeah.
And then this character did go crazy, and you got to see him pretty much deal, the main character deal with tracking him down as the crazy Batman.
So it's kind of like if Batman went a little bit too far.
Pretty much.
Not a little bit, I mean way too far.
Exactly, because he was brutally like curb stomping people's heads until they exploded. It was all kind of crazy shit. So it's a pretty cool comic book. Now I guess that'd be my recommendation. It was one of the books that I read a long time ago. They're trying to turn it into a TV show, which is kind of
I heard about that actually.
Exactly, which is depressing because Lock and Key was a comic book I enjoyed, and they tried to turn that into a TV show and it failed. And that came out at the same time as Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman pilot. Exactly. So I'm hoping that Powers will have a better transition in TV, since it's, it has that allure of like a cop show, but at the same time it has the superhero aspect, and Brian Michael Bendis is supposed to be working closely with it. So hopefully it'll still have that humor, that same tone, and the same voice that he puts in all his comic books. So, I mean, I like all Bendis' stuff except the New Avengers. That's kind of like, it's alright.
Let me go. What about who's next?
Okay, so it pretty much y'all can pick who's next. Who want to go?
I'll go.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna recommend Ultimatum.
Really?
Ultimatum.
I will never recommend that, but I'm recommending.
That shit elegant.
I played the Wonder Woman pilot. Okay.
No.
The
The Wonder Woman pilot is a different kind of terrible.
Exactly.
But
well, like she's wearing a fucking Halloween costume, man.
Why does it look plastic?
Well, like pajamas.
Oh, the CGI rope.
Man. They know how to fuck something up in Hollywood.
Think about it. It's called the un-air pilot. In other words, they were still available.
What the
I don't know. Wonder Woman.
I'm not.
Okay.
But anyway, what's the real book that you're trying to recommend?
I recommend Invincible.
Invincible.
Whatever just happened there.
I do not know.
But yeah, Invincible is probably one of my favorite series I have read. It's written by Robert Kirkman.
It's Captain Boomerang.
And it's pretty much, this kid finds out he has his dad's like a superhero, and he's like the world famous superhero. And then like, he finally gets his superpowers, and he's like 17 and all that. And it starts out, I didn't like it when it started out, but then like, it's just, he like starts having like there's already a bunch of established superheroes, so it's not like he's the first one, because of course his dad is one. But like, it just feels like a modern version of the old like stories from back in the 70s, where it's just the bad guys are bad for the sake of being bad, and the good guys just stop them. And it's still good because it's not generic or anything, because most people don't do stuff like that anymore. So it's really cool, and surprisingly it's really gory because it's Image, and I hadn't read any Image books until then. There was just a lot of people getting their guts ripped out, decapitated, ripped in half.
So it sounds like Sin City.
It is. Yeah, it is terrible. Well, it's a good terrible.
Yeah.
Like, just the characters in it, like, it has probably the best character development I've ever really seen. And, I'm up to, like, issue 80, and I have not once read an issue that I hated. So, I think if that tells you anything, that's pretty much like Ultimate Spider-Man. I like it just as much as I like Ultimate Spider-Man. And, it's just, I love that book. And it's written by Robert Kirkman, so buy it.
Yeah, I have a real big love for that book. I started reading it a while ago, just because somebody recommended it to me. Back when I had my Comic-Con Artist channel. Some dude was just like, you should read Invincible. And I was like, what the fuck is Invincible? And he was like, it's written by Robert Kirkman. I was like, oh shit, he wrote Walking Dead. So I picked it up. and I started reading it. And it had the same thing. It's just like certain books that you read, you know it's good when you just can't stop fucking reading. I remember it was during the time when I think I had classes at night. I had night classes, so I would just stay up all fucking night just reading fucking Invincible. And I just couldn't put that shit down. And it, like Law said, it has the best character development to me. Like from when the
there's a part in the first issue that he's sitting on the toilet and his mother is thinking he is masturbating. He's like, Jesus, Mom!
Yeah, it's like every book has to have that if it has a teen character.
Exactly.
It's just, it's required.
It ain't nothing else you do in the bathroom but beating it though.
There's never a possibility that anyone's just going to the bathroom.
Exactly. It's just... I guess they put it in there because it's something that a lot of people, I guess, can't relate to.
I guess. I think they did something like that with, what was that other one? I can't remember. Oh, Runaways. They did that all the time.
Yeah. Why you bring up... Runaways was so good when it started. Then it just became shit.
Yeah, I did not like Runaways. I didn't like it at all, really.
At all.
Runaways. What's Runaways?
Runaways, it's short, right? Runaways is pretty much in a short little summary. It's a book about these teenagers, and they find out that their parents are supervillains, so they run away to try to get away from them before their parents kill them, pretty much, and then try to stop them from killing any more people, because they pretty much just catch a sneak of them sacrificing some girl.
Yeah.
And they find out that their parents are supervillains, so they decide to just run away. Which is absolutely comedy. Huh?
It should be a big walking, pond or something.
No, the book was pretty good. The first volume was good because you had to deal with the characters kind of coming into their own. They run away. People set up, they establish this leader. They set up this whole little team, and then they pretty much go after their parents, and their parents pretty much run all of, I think, what were they, California?
Yeah, I think
they pretty much run all of California.
But wasn't it in Florida?
They moved to Florida.
They always are set in Florida.
Yeah, so it was cool seeing the whole parents being and then seeing how the kids who are trying to be heroes still have the traits of their parents. So they all have to deal with it. And allegiances are tested, all kind of crazy stuff. It was the first time was good. Then it just got stupid as shit when the writer left, and then a new writer came in and just ruined the whole entire fucking book. So, and then started killing characters. He started killing characters like mad.
Oh my! It kind of reminds me